Good afternoon and welcome to Boston Asian Radio and TV English Daily News today. I am your host, Lei. Here's a look at the top stories making headlines today. Lawmakers file legislation calling for pilot program. Child struck by stray bullet while in living room of Boston home. Governor Maura Healey announces executive order, Mifepristone stockpile to ensure access to medication abortion. MBTA service disrupted after car crashes on train tracks. Cambridge Lutheran church steeple to be torn down after fire. Lawmakers file legislation calling for pilot program. Two Democratic state lawmakers, Reps. Josh Cutler and Dylan Fernandez, are looking to create a pilot program, filing legislation this week to test out a 4-day work week without cutting workers' pay, status, or benefits. The 2-year test run, entitled the Massachusetts Smart Work Week Pilot, would give tax credits to employers willing to try out a 4-day work week and report their findings so experts can study how it would impact workers and businesses. In this era of tight labor markets, we need to get creative to keep our economy growing, Cutler, who serves as House Chairman of the Joint Committee on Labor and Workforce Development, said on Twitter. This bill creates new incentives for Massachusetts businesses to explore shifting to a 4-day work week, which can offer a myriad of benefits, including boosting worker satisfaction and productivity and reducing absenteeism and commuting time. Child struck by stray bullet while in living room of Boston home. Boston police are investigating after a 12-year-old boy was struck by a bullet that entered his Mattapan residence on Sunday. Police were called at 8:22 p.m. to 580 Cummins Highway near Wood Avenue. Upon arrival, officers found the victim suffering from a gunshot wound to his leg. The victim's stepmother, Altagracia Lorenzo, said Luis Impero was walking from the living room toward his room when he was shot in the lower leg. For me, the first was firecracker. That was my first impression, Lorenzo said. I hear my son say, my leg. My leg, my leg. He fell, down right there. I told everybody to get down on the floor. According to a police report, it appears the bullet entered the residence through a window. A ballistic hole was observed by officers in the window, police said. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Governor Maura Healey announces executive order, Mifepristone stockpile to ensure access to medication abortion. As dueling court rulings leave the future of Mifepristone in limbo, Governor Maura Healey announced Monday that Massachusetts is stockpiling about a year's worth of the abortion drug to preserve the state's supply. Flanked by reproductive rights advocates and fellow lawmakers, Healey stood on the steps of the State House to deliver a message. Abortion will remain safe, legal, and accessible here in Massachusetts. She outlined several steps her administration has taken to protect access to Mifepristone, including an executive order confirming that medication abortion remains protected under state law. Speaking Monday, Healey said this political intervention into basic medical care hurts women at what can be a difficult and heartbreaking time, putting those experiencing pregnancy loss through greater discomfort, greater pain, and in some cases threatening their lives. MBTA service disrupted after car crashes on train tracks. Commuters faced delays on the Green Line Monday morning after a crash sent a car careening onto the train tracks near Boston University. Westbound service on the Green Line B branch was suspended during the height of the morning commute due to a car in the track area blocking service at Amory Street, the MBTA said in a tweet. The crash impacted service between Babcock Street and Packard's Corner. Riders were urged to use Route 57 service. Service returned to normal around 8:30 a.m. after crews towed the car off the tracks. Aerial video showed a large emergency response in the area Commonwealth Avenue and heavy traffic near the train tracks. It's not clear if anyone was injured in the crash. An investigation is ongoing. Cambridge Lutheran church steeple to be torn down after fire. Lutheran church in Cambridge caught fire following an afternoon service on Easter Sunday. Much of the building was badly damaged by the 6-alarm fire, which blazed for about 5 hours Sunday evening. Cambridge police spokesperson Jeremy Warnick said Monday that it took an estimated 120 firefighters from Cambridge and neighboring towns to put out the fire. Photos from Monday morning show how badly the back of the church and the steeple were damaged in the fire. Authorities are still determining the origin and cause of the fire, and Chief Cahill said state police are aiding in the investigation. The fire chief added that they believe the fire started at the front of the church, and that they have not ruled out the possibility that someone intentionally started the fire. Warnick confirmed that no civilians were harmed in the fire, though a few firefighters suffered very minor injuries. Stay tuned for more updates on Boston news as it develops.